Hello and welcome back to Building on a Budget Models. I'm Thomas and today we'll be building the 143rd Peugeot 307 Rally car from the Hella Triple Rally Pack. Now, as you can see here, there's not too many parts. There's no mechanical detail really in this kit, but at this scale you wouldn't necessarily expect that. The body's quite nicely moulded with a separate rear bumper and spoiler. You've got the windows and the headlights and tail lights. Seem to be quite crisply moulded, and then a nice addition that you also get this display base. Not a big fan of these decals, and there is a little bit of a printing error. Here are the instructions, just a big fold out sheet here. There's the underside, interior and exterior, and then decals and exterior parts on here as well. Right, firstly there's some quite big unsightly mould lines which need to be removed. I'm getting rid of those with these UMP sanding sticks, leaving that bit of sprue on the back so that I've got something to hold on to whilst I am painting it. Now the interior was all done in silver, and then I did the fire extinguishers in red, and now I'm preparing to mask this wheel. Shouldn't put too much effort into this because it'll be surprising how little you can actually see of this. Most of it sort of disappears into the sort of boot section once the car bodywork is all on. There we are, that's okay. This was all sprayed in matte black, and I did the same circular masks for these wheels. Didn't do a great job on them, but it's okay. I plan to weather these a little bit later anyway. Just using the toothpick to remove any excess paint from the hubs. All four wheels are identical, just using a little extra thin cement to glue them together. Then the underside here was painted in black with the kind of inside of the wheel arches in red, and the wheels just clip on like so. Just be gentle with them, you don't want to snap these off accidentally. And then using this silver Posca paint pen to do the clips on top of the fire extinguishers. There we are. And then as the wheel here is moulded in, there aren't holes, so I'm using the black panel line accent to pick out the details. I've removed some of the black paint there accidentally. And here I'm using this Tamiya steel weathering powder just to kind of pick out some of the details on the underside. Now it's time to do the decals, starting with these ones on the wheel. These OZ decals go around the centre. It's a good idea to use some decal solution with these because I find that they don't stay down very well. And then there's a little Michelin decal which goes onto the tyre itself. It's a good idea to put that in a place where you may have made a bit of a mess to cover it up, and the same on the interior tyre. Now this centre console decal here I actually lose later on, but there's quite a few decals for the interior, which is nice for such a small car. The centre console decal I replace with some little paint pen markings instead, as I'll show you later on. The seat here was painted in matte black with the rear in yellow to simulate Kevlar. The seat belts aren't great, but at this small scale they're fine. The driver and co-driver's name go at the top, make sure you get them the right way round. Here I'm just using cotton bud to push it into place, and there's a little Sparko decal which goes at the bottom. Here you can see I've lost the decal for the centre console. but there I've done some markings with paint pens instead to simulate some buttons. Now it just glues into place with a little bit of thin cement, and then you've got a handbrake and gear stick to go in the middle. I'd already fixed the steering column in place, and here's the steering wheel. There is actually a small yellow decal that goes in the middle of that. And then I've left these sections on the underside of the seats unpainted so that I can glue them into place. Unfortunately, no roll cage on this. I think it's rare to find one on such a small scale car. There are, however, these mudguards, which are a nice feature. I'd done these in black, but then later on realised they needed to be a kind of burgundy colour, so I went over the top in some hull red. Then using some panel line accent to pick out the wheel nuts. Now, time for the decals. I used UMP Extra Strong decal solution and a hairdryer for these large exterior decals. These didn't want to go down very well, but with the softening solution and then the heat from the hairdryer, and always remember to be very sparing with the hairdryer as you don't want to warp the plastic, they finally did go down very well. It's a nice range of decals. However, this car was for the 2004 Acropolis rally in Greece and would have actually had Marlboro markings, which of course aren't present in this kit. This is a number 6 car driven by Finnish driver Harri Rovenpera. For some reason they chose him rather than the number 5 car driven by two-time champion Marcus Gronholm. I found that leftover Marlboro decals from the Ferrari mechanics that I'd made were the perfect size for some of the parts of the car, such as these on the side of the door, so I used a few of them. Waste not, want not, and it makes it look more like the car as it drove on the day. Another one on the other side, and this is the same Tamiya bright red that I had used to paint the Ferrari 248. Another one on the bonnet here, and be very careful with the badge decal here. There's a little Acropolis rally marker. Sorry, it's a little bit out of focus. Then it was all clear coated with some Halford's clear lacquer, and I went on to use some matte black to do some of the rubber detail around the bottom of the bumpers, the windows, and also the wiper blade. Did the same on the windows. Fortunately, there's a sort of frosted bit around the edge which you're supposed to paint on the inside to give the sort of window trim. Needs to be very careful doing these window trims freehand. Using Revell acrylics is useful because it's quite easy to clear up mistakes. There's a little vent on the front, and the headlights and tail lights need to be done in silver. So these vents on the bonnet, which needs to be black. Pretty happy with how I did these. Just a little test fit to make sure it all goes together. Vent scoop that goes on the roof, and a little mesh grill goes in the front. I used some foam safe super glue for these clear parts. These have been painted in clear red from Tamiya. Nearly lost one. There's some little tabs at the edge to attach these together. Then once I was happy that that had glued nicely using some more Tamiya Extra Thin, I put the spoiler into the top. There's a white decal that goes on the top of that. Marlboro decal went over the top and then a couple on the side as well. The interior's got a couple of little pins to secure it. And again, I used some foam safe super glue to fit the clear headlight lenses at the front. Chose to do this sun visor before fitting the window so that it went into place as neatly as possible. And then that all goes together. There's a couple of other window decals, such as this Acropolis one and the number 6. These go on this window down here as well, along with the driver's name. The co-driver's name goes on the bodywork instead though. Wing mirrors went into place, some little Nico decals that go on those, and I painted the back side of them silver. Aerials went on the top. There was also a little silver box which sadly I lost, so I'm just going to have to leave that off. There we have it. It was then time to do the display base. I painted it with this stone textured paint and then went over the top of that with some Revell sand. I wanted to simulate the kind of Greek sort of stony mountain paths, so I also used some light rust weathering powder from Humbrol. Did these kind of swooshes to sort of replicate the path having been driven on a lot. This is some matte green from Revell to do the kind of grass and bush around the edge. Didn't worry too much about it being neat, so I wanted it to look sort of natural. Add a little bit of green here and there, sometimes with dry brushing, and then used some dark rust weathering powder as that looks more like sort of earth. Pretty happy with how that looks. And then I decided to weather the car. So I went over it with some of the light weathering powder. And to make sure that all the decals were down nice and securely so that I didn't rub any of them off. I'd looked at some pictures of the 307 from the Acropolis rally to see where the dirt ended up and then added it pretty much liberally. And here are some finished pictures of the car in the clean form. And here's how it looked after I added the weathering powder. This has been a really enjoyable kit, and I will be looking out to get more 1/43 Hella kits in the future. Thanks again for watching. Please do leave a comment down below if you have any small scale kits that you would recommend. Please do leave a like, share and subscribe, hit the bell icon to stay notified, and I'll see you soon.